Guys, it happened. I finally got inspiration to draw. I saw this TikTok and it was like a meme of a creator saying that they have too many OCs to do a certain trend. I looked at the comments and one of them said, "I have so many OCs, I forgot about most of them." And then it clicked. I have so many OCs I've pushed to the side and just completely forgotten about. I went through my drives of old art and I found them. These are OCs I created in 2016, 10 years ago. That's crazy to hear. They came to me in a dream where I had been transferred to a new school, and this was my new friend group. I don't know why I had this dream. I didn't transfer schools. I really don't know why I had this. Anyways, I woke up the next day and decided to draw quick sketches of what I could remember of these friends, which wasn't much considering these weren't real people, so they were just really blurry and didn't have exact features. I couldn't find the very first sketch of them. Think something kind of like this. But these drawings were about a month after I first drew them, so they're the closest we're gonna get. Solace is the first one I redesigned for this video. She's the main character, so it made sense to draw her first. I didn't know what I really wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to keep her blue theme because every story I have has color coordinated characters. I have not been able to break this habit. I will get there. Solace was originally a very private and reserved character. She was a new transfer student at the school, and she didn't open up very easily. Ro was the student that was assigned to show her around the school. Yes, I did that trope. And Ro was instantly captured by Solace. Solace didn't pick up on it because she's not very good with people. But long story short, they become best friends. There's a one-sided romance that never goes anywhere, and Ro does end up unaliving Solace. But, I think I'm gonna change that. I don't know. I think I mainly did it for the shock value rather than the plot. So, as much as I would love Solace to to unalive, can I say that? Can I say that on YouTube? As much as I would love for the main character, for something to happen to the main character, I'll say it like that, I don't know if it'll go with the plot and the direction I'm going for the story right now. But anyways, the group of friends in the story gets teleported to another world, and that's where most of the plot takes place. I don't remember the general plot, but I know it was very much a get from point A to point B type story with a lot of obstacles along the way. And there was one big bad guy, but I don't remember it all too well. The world they got teleported to was a very random and quirky, so they needed disguises that looked very interesting. Solace's outfit wasn't that bad, honestly. I actually think I still really like it. It just looks very normal compared to the other ones. I have a few different ideas for this new version of the story, but my main idea is okay, get ready. I don't know if this is gonna make sense. Solace is just this basic average college student, and I don't know exactly how she stumbles across it, but one day she finds a book that seems like a diary. When she flips through the diary, it only has a few entries that date all the way back to the 1950s. Before the pages go blank. That's suspicious. She doesn't think much of it until she falls asleep the next night and wakes up in the 50s. I'm gonna spoil a bit of the story, so just so you get the idea. Solace and Ro meet and they become friends, and at some point, Solace wakes up. It was actually just a dream. Solace didn't think much of it until she read the diary again, and there was a new entry about the writer meeting a girl named Solace. She questions this all day, and she goes back to sleep that night and wakes up in the 50s again. And that's all you're gonna get for now. I'm gonna explain more later. For now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about her design. I wanted to go for a downtown girl kind of aesthetic. I always see that on TikTok and I really like how it looks. I decided to give Solace long pigtails instead of her previous short haircut because I had a plan to give Ro, who originally had pigtails, short hair for the 50s style. So it kind of feels like a homage to each other's old designs. I also gave her a firefly necklace. I wanted to have a purpose in the story, but I don't know what yet. I'll figure it out. I also last minute changed her hair bows from blue to mismatched blue and red, which was just another small hint for her and Rose's relationship. And I think that's it. Solace is my favorite design I drew, and I love how she turned out. Next up is Ro, my favorite redhead. Just kidding, I changed her hair color. In the original concept of the story, Ro was a very hyperactive, eccentric girl that everybody loved, but her smiley persona was a front, and she actually was very depressed due to trauma that I did not handle tastefully. This was a very typical stereotype, but I think I am going to keep most of this trait. In the original, Ro was actually the one who showed Solace around the school, and when she first met her, she became instantly smitten with her. Ro was always the one who said yes to Solace's crazy ideas, but it was just because she wanted an excuse to be around her. But now I think I would compare her mannerisms and personality to kind of Caitlin from Arcane. I still haven't finished that show, so this might age badly. I've only seen season 1. My main design inspiration for Ro's revamp was Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. As a kid, I loved Archie comics and Sabrina. Then I loved the 90s shows, and then the cartoon, and then the 2018 series. And yes, I did watch Riverdale. Ro's hair color has always been red, and when I changed her hair to blonde, I knew I wanted to give her a black headband. I really wanted to keep her original red hair color, but I really didn't feel like it looked good with her red clothes. I even tried a ginger and a strawberry blonde, but nothing was better than the blonde in my opinion. When Solace shows up to Ro's school in the 50s, Ro is quick to show kindness to Solace and helps her with whatever she needs. The two quickly become friends, but Ro starts to develop feelings for Solace. But Solace is a girl. Ro can't have feelings for a girl, especially in the 50s. Ro does the only thing she knows how to do, repress her feelings. Will she confess to Solace? Will she keep them a secret forever? I don't know. We'll see. Also, I gave Ro blue eyeshadow for the aesthetic, but I also want it to be a reference to Solace. I think she would definitely start wearing it right after meeting her, and she would definitely see blue differently. The next character's name is still being decided, but I think I really like Chelsea for her, so that's what I'm going to call her for this video. After Solace meets Ro through the diary and visits her a few times, it becomes a routine. One day, she goes to the diary and all of Ro's entries are gone. Now the only thing in the book is one entry written by a girl named Chelsea. The date on the entry has the year 2000. Solace falls asleep that night and wakes up in the year 2000, where she meets Chelsea while they're shopping at the mall. They talk and they get along great and then become friends instantly. Chelsea asks Solace for her phone number, but Solace hesitantly gives it to her, knowing it probably won't work. Chelsea's personality is a bit shy, even though she is very popular, but she can be mean whenever she feels she needs to. She is everyone's best friend. Like I said before, I love color-coordinated characters, so Chelsea is our yellow character. I gave her blue jeans to contrast the yellow, and I can't decide if I like her hair up or down more, but I love the butterfly hair clips I gave her, and then I decided I wanted to give her a butterfly motif. Chelsea is the one I have the least to say about, but what I do know, I don't want to spoil in case this does turn into an actual story at some point. And that's it for Chelsea. I'm very happy with her design and I love how it came out. I think her colors are super cute. This is the final character and she's either going to be named Florence or Beatrice. I still haven't decided either. I'm going to call her Florence for the video. She is our purple character and she is from the 1800s. Purple is of course the color of royalty, but this character isn't technically a royal. She is wealthy though. After a few visits with Chelsea, the diary entries disappear just like they did with Ro. A new one appears and it dates back to the 1800s with cursive handwriting and proper grammar and spelling. Solace falls asleep and wakes up at a party in a very fancy building. She is asked to dance by a man, and while she is twirling, she notices a girl in purple uncomfortably talking to a man. Solace goes to them and pretends she is the girl's friend and escorts her away. The girl thanks her and they go to another room. Solace asks what the guy wanted, and the girl hesitantly answers that that is her future husband. Solace apologizes for being rude, and the girl introduces herself as Florence. They talk for a bit and they end up dancing in the ballroom for fun. Solace wakes up the next day and thinks about how this is the most fun she's had in diary entry so far. Florence's dress design takes a lot of inspiration from Pinterest references. I really struggled with her dress. I think she would wear all of these dresses at some point in the story. I gave her really dramatic makeup that might be era appropriate. I'm not too sure, but I personally really like it. Her hair curls are inspired by Meg from Hercules, and I'm obsessed with how they look in this bun. I think Florence is my least favorite design just because I'm not emotionally attached to her yet. I'm hoping I get there at some point. Maybe I just need to mess with her design a little bit. I do really love her second dress with the bows, but that's not an everyday outfit that she would be wearing. Probably the third outfit, I think. And that's it. These are the final designs, color coordinated and all. My favorite design is definitely Solace, but I love Rose's character the most. I probably have things I forgot to talk about, but I can't think right now. I definitely want to develop the story more, but I am too hyperfixated on Super Blues, my webcomic, to focus on anything else. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I am trying to post more videos. We will see how this goes in the next month or so. But for now, I will see you in the future.